How you doing, Skirk? Hello, hello. Hey, Reckless. Hiya, hiya. Hey, for the 30-bit Skirk. I think... Wait, it's not showing a gigantified emote. Was that gigantified? I don't know. Thank you anyway. I hope you're doing well. We are alive! For how long, though? For I am playing Blue Tree Harlowe. It's fine. It's fine. Blue Tree Harlowe. Not that. It is that bad. Do I need a support animal? I have with me a Ray Dow plushie. That will... that is my support. Should be fine then. One of the worst parts about Blue Tree Harlowe, right, is it doesn't have an injection of damage. The Red Tree's cool. She's got neutron capture, injection of damage. Blue Tree's also good. You've got distributed function and infinite amp, injection of damage. Blue Tree has cooldown. We've got some cooldown and some more cooldown. Did I mention some more action skill stuff? There's some more cooldown here. There's some more action skill time there. But triple point? Hard to reach. You use cryo stuff to get the most out of that. Get this man therapy stat. It's okay, Viper. I've got a Ray Dow plushie. I'm good. Therapy is covered. Ray Dow plushie is here. Now, I'll pop it just beyond my keyboard. There we go. He's overlooking all of the key presses. Ray Dow plushie. Yeah, I saw this post. Wasn't it something to do with, future changes? God, it'd be great if they'd have said that beforehand. Yeah, I'm normally not a fan of the Flying Wyvern plushies, but I just had to have a Ray Dow one because it's Ray Dow, which is just simply the greatest thing ever created in a video game. Yeah, so in terms of action skill uptime, Blue Tree has Pulse Drive, 2 Coolant for Schoolant, Concurrence, Control Group, Heatsink, Sustain Reaction, and Gordian Knot. Why do we have 7? Have 7 skills for this? Across how many? Wait, hang on. 6 times 5 is 30. 33 skill points. It's as bad as Forge Drones. Understandable. Second greatest behind Bloodstar Beast, but sure. I have a week off in March that so happens to coincide with the release date of Monster Hunter Stories 3, for which I will be beelining the Ray Dow as soon as possible, and then I'm going to play the entire game with the Ray Dow. So how cooldown rate skills get outclassed by tier 3 in green. Not only that is On the way, you have critical hit damage, gun damage, and reload speed. And then you just do 1 or 2 points on confirmative reality, and then you're done. That's it. Cooldown sorted. Like, it's cheaper to get confirmative reality than it is to get Gordian Knot. Phase grabs those slamming people around. Yeah, well, I learned that falling bodies, you can't slam people. But, like, slamming people around is just never going to work in UVH6. Like, falling bodies, getting a ton of people in stasis, and then slamming them all into each other would be cool, but you can't do that. Cold storage. Oh, so my ideas for cold storage, especially for bossing. Okay, so I've got two different ideas. When you action skill a boss with cold storage, it goes into a duration, right? As you would expect with, say, Phase Grasp. And then when you build up the stored damage, the moment you hit the maximum stored damage, the action skill ends and it delivers that damage and then goes on cooldown, which you're getting back very fast because you're using a convergence with confirmative reality. And then you do it again. Store up the damage, kaboom. The other thing is to just simply remove the maximum stored damage limit, like how Molten Royal has it, no limit, and then the moment your action skill runs out of duration, it kabooms. That'd be really cool. Gray replying, "It will be." I love that as well, but they need a follow up. You can talk the talk, but you gotta code the code. And currently, I think cold storage could be turned into Blue Tree's bossing, but the thing is nothing here works in bossing. You know, you look at Phase Lock, right? Phase Lock, super responsive. Very nice. Please return to that. Don't know why it's worse. Phase Lock has, you know, res, but it also guarantees slag even against slag-resistant enemies. That alone is so worth it. Instantly goes onto cooldown, consistently for every boss. Doesn't matter if the boss is jumping, flying, whatever. If you're pointed at the boss, it'll just slag them. Great stuff. Phase Grasp, a little bit clunkier, but if you've got ties that bind, it will run through its duration and it will ties and work properly. If an enemy's flying, it will still connect right. Same with Fist Over Matter. You'll use it on a boss, it'll go, right, this is a duration skill, smash, 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 smash. This game, half the time it can't target the boss, especially if their feet aren't touching the ground. The range sucks, it's even clunkier than Grasp. And you get the immune damage, but no effects, no nothing. No debuffs, no... Like, even the stored damage doesn't. It just doesn't... Nothing works. What if the action skill is just always active? What do you mean by that? And an always active action skill of an action skill that doesn't do anything. An action skill needs to actually do something first, but it doesn't. Rest non-existent. Well, I'm gonna go out and state that red tree is non-existent. I think red tree is it's not as disjointed as blue, but I think red tree is equally shit. It's just carried by demon core neutron capture, because every chroma accelerator build you look for is demon core chroma neutron capture, because that's all it's carried by NC. I think red tree equally needs a lot of love. It's like green tree just snuffed the flame, and it's just like it's all in it's all in green. It's just like at least red tree made it out with a good augment. Blue tree didn't get much. You got some good skills though. Bright future, parallel circuit, precision engineering, flash freeze. It's got some good skills in here. But even flash freeze, like, what's the point? Like, so the point is you use flash freeze with absolute zero, and you can get like full action skill uptime. All right, why? What does that actually give us? Oh, you can get more group study stacks for what extended content? Why do you need more group study stacks? What content in the game is there that exists? Speed running drill sites. Hell yeah, brother. Other characters need the variety that Amon has. Yeah, Amon and Rafa are sitting pretty, especially Amon. Amon is outside of some confusion around Green Tree, or within Green Tree. Amon is a very well-made character. Not like Flak levels, but I think in this game, Amon is probably the best made character. Amon's good. And I'm actually slowly starting to put together a Gon Amon build that doesn't even use AMP, which is better than what Harlowe can say. Right, I need a respec. Amperlands? Yeah. Yeah, literally. Amp is the issue, the root issue of a lot of things. Even like underbarrels. Yeah, underbarrels are good without amp, but they are issue is exaggerated. Hey Zelf, how you doing? Ah. I'd play around with neutron decay. I'd have to play around with my firmwares though. Right, so now this would be fine if this action skill targeted bosses correctly. Because what I want to do right now is I want to free up my class mod to use a decoherence class mod. I'm using this class mod to allow me to entangle enemies consistently. But I'm thinking, if I use these final 2 skill points on Force of Will and Slingshot, I can do that to entangle enemies, which would free up the class mod to give me 5 points in decoherence, instead of using the last 2 points for decoherence. But I just don't have a good way of entangling enemies, especially bosses. Because Force of Will and Slingshot will do it for mobbing. But Daze doesn't work on bossing. So I can't even entangle a boss through this. So how do you entangle bosses on Blue Tree? Use your action skill. Action skill doesn't work on bosses most of the time. So I think I just have to do it this way. So. True mode cannot be started at level 0. You have to beat the campaign on said character to unlock it, which really sucks, but that's what we've got. No, I know. I think I am just kind of stuck with Scientist. Second Vex is using my magic build up to UVH6 yesterday. Not quite as smooth as KSVB. Still needs more specialization points, but it's definitely more engaging gameplay wise. You find Mantra more engaging than KSVB? I'm doing it wrong. Glad you're enjoying it. What inspired Blue Tree build? I wanna get something together that feels pretty like representative of what the tree and action skill can do. So we just kind of have like documented like, hey, this is what this action skill was before the overhaul. That's the idea. Bounce Pass plus Leaper or Mantra is a riot, too bad it only lasted one vault platform. What do you mean? You're not using Ripper for mobbing, are you? Oh, you are? Well, stop it. What overhaul? Graham said that there's changes to Blue Tree coming that are more than just value changes. It might just be more value changes, but like it shouldn't be. Yeah, ZB just melts everything. Ready for more difficulty. Had to clear cookies to get Twitch to work. That's frustrating. Usually like because it can be good. Thing is, even if you get this into a state in which it is like usable, I'd never call it good. Because even if you can make it workable, that doesn't mean it's good. It just means it's workable. You use it, you're viable, but it's like a pain in the ass to get there. No matter, like, no amount of perfect gear or theory crafting will make this action skill like intuitive or consistent, or it just the fact that you can point it at an enemy, push the button, and it still hit or miss on whether or not it'll actually do anything. No, that's fucked. Yeah, you can get a gameplay that looks very strong, but it doesn't really mean anything.
The Lady Naheli of the Augmentation House.
What are some fun guns that are also very powerful? I now have a 9.3 bully on me. Oh, that's annoying. I would have thought I would have kept one of those. Oh, 7 cents. Not a shotgun though. At the base. Conversions, which are more on. So it might be a while to a new one. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If they do one with each like bit of like endgame content, then it could certainly be a while. Do want a good Gore Master. I reckon that weapon can be pretty good. I feel like Bod could be good here. Gore Master with stickies. No, I don't like stickies. Especially right now that they're bugged. That's applicable at all times, yeah. The thing is Harlow's pretty low on gun soup as well. So like Body's at its least synergistic with Harlowe. That's just like the bod being broken. Rider's fun on green. Yeah, I'll hover over that one, but it's just so low damage. You kind of need high damage, unfortunately. I know Rune likes the stopgap, but I try it and I just don't. I've got the inventory space. I just don't vibe with stopgap. Hey kitty, good to see you. Hiya, hiya. And something like co-op. I'll struggle more in co-op because more health.
That poor girl's family must be so worried about her.
And, you know, hit reg on
Must know location.
0 point already struggles. Hit reg on 0 point in multiplayer, it's just going to be even worse. I think of triple point. It's not an overly interesting skill, it's just bonus element. That forces you into using cryo damage, which isn't always the best option. The only utility that matters in Borderlands game is dead enemies. I mean, do a barrel. Falling bodies here can go around lifting up every enemy, which is funny. So if that was like important, sure. But there isn't any mobbing that's like tanky enough to require that. It just likes to pick up enemies inside of spawn doors so you can't even kill them. Instead of scope, right-click weapon did a spool up so you could like charge it up. That'd be cool.
Oh, that echo log might be from our missing girl.
You got Maya at home, Arbil.
Please, just let me and my mother go. You'll never see us again. Is
the fire rate on the convergence. 3.3, so it's not super high. The sacrifice of Jacob's Ricochet.
Sounds like Naheli's family landed in Callus's crosshairs. With predictably brutal results. She's got another log out there. The Echo must have used the data from this log to locate it.
Torque stickies are bugged. On multi-pellet weapons, they're getting the entire shot's worth of sticky mult on each individual pellet.
What are you doing? Our families were supposed to work together to protect our people. We were supposed to protect each other.
So it's just stacking up like exponentially fast. It was introduced with, I think, the Bloom Reaper patch.
I loved your family like they were my own. You have to believe me. Please.
Yeah, they completely overload it.
So eager to beg when you realize you can't win the fight. I know you disabled our defenses. Why? Business.
Well, most repeated guns need high fire rate. Yeah.
It wasn't personal.
Yeah, fire rate's the most important stat.
You escape. She wanted me to live. Why? I don't know.
So Naheli's family was betrayed by their own.
I tried making this one
Timer for seeking revenge. Let's see what's
to have as high fire rate as possible while also having Jacob's Ricochet. It's the red sniper. This one? This is the moose. This is great, I don't need to fight anyone, everyone's just already picked up. This is the advantage of this action skill with falling bodies. Because eventually just everyone's in a bubble. Sometimes they're underground. What's that weapon? This is the moose. This is stopgap. There's a thing up here. Just already have it. I do. Weapon ability of what? It's you charge it up and then you hold the charge, and then when you release the trigger, it mag dumps. I have some info on the universal generator mod. I want to try and alter my green tree build to incorporate it because it looks very powerful. And that's a Loot Lemon guy? Or does Loot Lemon not have the Vamoos's ability on it? Sometimes Stunlock can, like, stack with, I don't think it's actually Stunlock that's doing this, but sometimes you're bubbling. It sends enemies to, like, outer space. So, this combo... You place an additional enemy into stasis at the cost of action skill duration, and it's a lot of it. So what I do is I pick up an enemy, kill them. Killing them gives you a chunk of action skill duration back. So Inertia then goes out and picks up a new enemy, and because my action skill duration bar has been refilled, I have enough to use a second use of Falling Bodies. So I pick a second person up, now I have two. I kill one of them, Inertia picks up another one, I have two, and a full bar again, I pick up a third. So for every kill you get, you can basically pick up two more enemies. And it just multiplies out until everybody is in a bubble in the air, and you have a ton of freeze frame stacks. So that's what I'm working with here. I do think Falling Bodies could do with a bit more duration, but other than that, we can, with some more skill points, be able to start getting sustained reaction and whatnot, so... Not too bad. But it is a fun way to play this action skill. Because every enemy you run into is just already in the sky.
Ellie, I don't like the sound of that.
I'm also kind of, like, struggling on bullets. What the... No! I think I need to be down anyway. Why do some enemies rotate fast and others slow? I would imagine it's to do with like mass or something, or momentum that they had going into the bubble. So if they were like running, they might spin more. Believe it or not, that's not a mechanic I've investigated. One point I used to speedrun other Borderlands games. It was the Dark Smoke. I did, but you are probably thinking of Dark Smoke, yes.
wish that one had
GMR's working alright. Against, you know, Rippers. Not a lot of bullets, so it's not great for confirmative reality.
Milady, the staff are on pace to begin the festivities. There's just a question regarding the catering.
I told you I would be taking care of the catering. Unless you think your skills are better.
No, milady.
Then why don't you quit shivering and do the only thing you're good at? Obey me!
Oh no, Naheli sounded like she was losing it there, lashing out at her servants. Gotta be getting close to her now.
Aside from general fixes, what does Blue Tree need? A form of damage, like primary damage. So, Red Tree has neutron capture. Green Tree has got distributed function for always on amp. Blue Tree needs something. Oh, you can do that. You know, if fast travel didn't exist, that would be cool. Oh, spinning! Jesus! Enemies need to not spin so aggressively. Like, trying to hit somebody in the face. What am I supposed to do with that? Launch people into space. Is Brewery extra barrel good? Yes. But it sacrifices a ton of damage to get Jaguar's Ricochet on it, which is annoying. There's some bullets. A ragdoll to the moon. To the moon!
This is gonna blow, isn't it? New batch of voltage just came through.
I don't have a bounce pass on this character? What is wrong with me?
Not so scary without their...
Like, you can't hit the headshot against that. It's actually better to not pick him up.
With me, form always means funky. Calculation correct.
Why is BL3 Plasma Coil? BL3 Plasma Coil is great. I love that gun. Big guy blow me up.
A lot of blood. Let's hope it's not in Helly's.
I'm glad to see you received my invitation and decided to join me. Welcome to my office. Is there a cut you prefer?
Nahali, your bolt looks like it's been slipping. Why don't you let me fix it? Then we can untie these people and clean all this up.
People? You mean the main course?
You can't expect me to. Yes, them.
Why not? The weak shall be divided for the consumption of the strong. It's nothing personal. You certainly know about that.
Oh, Helly. It's like you wanted to be the Ripper Queen. Wait.
Like voice actor, don't know why she's just a side character. They do a couple of good side characters.
Oh, no, no, no. Helly's bolt. She ripped it. I have to stop her. Why the hell? You didn't have to follow in Helly. You didn't have to follow her to her grave. Sorry.
Hello, why are you being so, like, dramatic? We didn't know this person. Also, like, what is this? Why are you not... You should have died a long time ago.
Takes you to awful places. Hope you find peace now, Naheli.
Hope you find peace now. You only, like, murdered and tortured a bunch of people. Why are we being all empathetic to this individual? And not the people she killed. Some internal mechanical reason reverberations can't crit on headshots, or is there seemingly no reason? Outside of BL1 and 2 melee, abilities have never been able to naturally crit on a headshot in any Borderlands game with any ability. That's just not a thing that Borderlands does. So it's not just reverberations, it's literally everything. If it's not a bullet, it can't register a headshot. And that's gone for the entire franchise. Apart from, you know, punching in BL1 and 2. That's just the Borderlands thing. See, I'm able to spam my action skill here, but it doesn't do anything. Cold storage. Yeah, again, nothing. We don't even get, like, the store damage explosion or anything. So instead, we just get the world's slowest Sydney pointy leg skill. Well, Girth, that's because they're bullets. ASC-50s are bullets. They can be attached to other things, they're still bullets, though. They also didn't get mayhem scaling because they were bullets, so they were shit for damage. Imagine fighting a boss here, going down in this one spot and dying because of it. Blade Fury works, so that's a knife, not a bullet on the paper. Actually, Blade Fury had two components. It had a knife, and within the knife had the model of a bullet. And it was the bullet that could crit, the knife could not. Actually...
Show me your bad side by killing one meat. You got your hunting license, right?
Wait, I thought I picked up a Ripper bound. Oh no, it was a Watchman. So, does Blue Tree still suck? Yes! Although, it's the tankiest Harlowe build, because all the enemies are just floating in the air. They can't actually, like, attack you. Like, nobody ever shoots at me. Seems like it's a good mobbing build. It's still slower than Green Tree, but sure. How well does it handle bosses? Slower than Green Tree, but like a lot slower than Green Tree this time. The problem with 0 Point is every previous iteration of Grasp, despite feeling a lot better to use and being more consistent, had a use in boss fights. Limited, but a use. This has nothing. Literally nothing. It's so bad, it can't even target them half the time. So you can't even, like, entangle them consistently. Wasn't Polly also useless? No, you got free cast of spells. Again, limited, but not useless. Like, even Phase Lock, guaranteeing slag against slag-resistant raid bosses. Is rework? Yeah, so I'd like to see cold storage and the stored damage be worked with. I think that would be an interesting outlet of bossing. But tragically, it does not begin to do anything. It just does the immune damage and goes. Or entangled objects around an entangled enemy that slam into the enemy's fix it. Would that be interesting? Yes. Would it fix it? No. It would be skill damage, and it would already suffer before that. At least this would be able to double dip, but just pure skill damage struggles without double dipping in this game. Because skill damage doesn't have any multipliers like guns do. Giant missiles. One thing Blue Tree does have access to that's definitely unique to Blue Tree is the good old High Cal 3 spread launcher.
You started it, for the record. That'll keep the critters warm.
Unique to Blue Tree, yes. What's my final verdict on Crucible Amon with the buff? Good. It's very good. Once you start getting good passives on your kit, it starts taking off. It does struggle versus armored opponents, but the one main advantage that Crucible has that, say, like Molten Slam doesn't have is the hammers. You've got Shock and Cryo, so you've immediately got two non-flesh options to just start your damage output. And the buffs to hammers allowed it to begin to compete with swords. So swords previously was only shields and flesh. And then with electrical burn on top of that, you only had access to shields and flesh. And armor bars were just kind of like... They just hard stopped you. Whereas now hammers can kind of keep up a little bit with the frost hammer. So whilst it's not as good as guns, you can boss with hammers and swords now. A lot more effectively. You could before, just more effectively. Would it be great to have blue chance to increase entanglement damage shared to targets? You've got, as Lemon mentions, you've got Wildcat destabilization. Now, for what it's worth, this bonus radiation damage is only to the entangled share, which does limit its use case. It also means unequipping inertia, which also limits its use case. But technically, this is similar to what you might be after. But yeah, between all the dot stuff on red and green, doing entangled stuff with like stelliums and prime potency, which is reload to gain 100% dot chance, Blue Tree isn't really offering much. What it can offer you, though, is 33 skill points for action skill uptime. Does forward skill downtime bother you a bit? 2 seconds of shooting a mantra and it's back. Forward skill is for detonating, so basically, like take swords for example. You fire off your swords, you get your prime stacks, you then do your forge skill. You then drug up a bit with your caffeine, you get your swords back, you fire off your swords, and your swords are counting as melee hits, and they bring back your forge skill. So you can do the rotation twice. Because the swords themselves will immediately just bring back your forge skill. Also, you've got, you know, Fish Slap, Mantra, and stuff. They can bring back your forge skill as well. It does mean you have to go deep red tree, though, for Fist of Stone, but... is there. Take the mobs for increased bossing damage. If you're ever in a situation where you're utilizing mobs to help your bossing, you're already slower than 95% of the stuff in the game. Which sucks. Because, like, in a game with drop rates like this, you're gonna want to be killing bosses before ads start spawning. If you're not, your farming's just so slow, you're never gonna get any of the items that you actually want. You get a huge chunk return from caffeine? Yeah, I wish Spectres did that. What's the difference between Crucible and Spectres for charges? So Crucible looks at your total cooldown required to get all of your charges back, and then when you use caffeine, it gives you that amount. Spectres only look at the cooldown of one charge.
You ever tangle with 2 or 3? Is this specific creature?
Right where I need to be.
Sure, but more importantly, it reeks. How about saving some lives and some doses? Sounds pity.
Love Vials and Dominion, wonder why they aren't here. Vials were created by Lictor post-Cataclysm, where there was nobody entering the city, so there was no way for Vials to enter the city. It'd be cool if it was like post-campaign they started popping up. Because like the same story exists with Rippers, yet the Rippers are here, so...
Don't love killing, but I do love living. Chances are low they'll go for it. Slow down. See if there's any threat. Enough. Now ain't the time to grieve.
It's not a spread launcher.
Big bounty incoming.
Mr. Miles, come back! I'll let you drink my cereal milk.
Yeah, I had a mini accelerator bypass.
Hi. Oh, criminy, a vault hunter! Don't kill me. I've got nothing in this world but my cat. And now even Mr. Miles is... He's what? Oh my gosh, did you lose your cat? He's gone.
I can't lose him. He's the best one.
Oh, I know what it's like to lose a cat. I'll do whatever it takes to find him.
Oh, thank you so much. If you find him, just tell him to come home.
No, the immune damage is nothing. But Also boring. Also, some bosses don't let you spam it. Some bosses, it goes on to duration, so you have to wait for the duration of nothing to run out.
But I know what you're thinking. He's my favorite. Wingdings is my favorite. And Big Bags is the one I love the most.
I know exactly what you mean. Oh, yeah, this...
Hey, Mr. Miles. How you doing?
Your mom wants you to come home.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm into the cat stuff to a degree, but she chained me up, made me go in a box. I can do better. Actually, if you convince her to stop looking for me, that'd be a big help.
Why does she think you're lost? You're clearly, like,
Pay for it.
in your home.
You're back! But where's Mr. Miles? Your cat says he's not coming home. Sorry.
Say to him, what lies did you whisper into his perfectly proportioned ears?
I didn't.
Liar! You've angered the rum plouter! Babies are tag! 8 lives left.
So healthy. Shoot, now I want grilled cheese. Not by you. Everyone's weakness is death.
Hey, thanks for handling that. Really appreciate it. Hey, do you need a pet cat?
No. No, not right now. I don't think so. No.
And I get less XP than a bounty. Do you think the boss skill's low because they know the broken things will come with level cap increase? No, because... No. That may play a part to an extent. However, I will just go and say that a lot of rebalanced direction of Gearbox does very much seem to be misplaced. Example, buffing guns like the Dark Beast, yet ignoring the Roach. Buffing guns like Ruby's Grasp several times while ignoring Sideshow. Light explode is in a perfect state. Yep. Like so for example, they just buffed swords, right? Swords were already the highest single target damage crucible augment. And they buff them and not some of the others? Obviously they might have further changes to the others in the next patch, but as it stands, very confusing. And won't say no to a swords buff, to be clear. Alright, Viper, have a good one. Just give me a reason to go snowball. Action skills in general are a little confusing.
Let's get violent. I've started calling groups of these things a collide. Is this specific creature dangerous? Sure, but more importantly, it reeks. How about saving some lives and some noses?
I'll save a bullet for whoever comes to avenge me. Gravity's on my side.
Or communication, that's like a widely requested thing. They did actually comment on that specific thing yesterday. That crew were working on something, whatever something is. They're saying a lot right now. This, I've created worse greenery. As good as linebacker is, unfortunately, it doesn't really gel with this action skill. With this action skill taking enemies to the moon, and this gun being along the ground. But it works because linebacker's just that fucking good. I need more torg. What I need is more reload speed. My axe Deadeye for this.
You're allowed to smoke here, right?
That's the add a com to become immune to your own guns and grenades? By Amon. Managed to get all the ecologues in my main? Yes.
Don't love killing, but I do love living. Exactly as a plan.
Taking a long time with many lot behind side missions. I didn't have too many to get behind side missions, thankfully. The patches are small because the DLC is going to be large and awesome. There's a lot riding on this DLC because like there's only 2 of them instead of 4, so one would expect that it's bigger and better than what we get in Borderlands 3. Now, the Borderlands 3 DLCs were very good, so I think they'll add a new weapon manufacturer? No.
With me, form always meets function.
Handsome Jackpot and Bounty of Blood, just casually skipping the best one. Guns, Love and Tentacles. Wonder if there'll be a use for excess SDU points. I don't think there needs to be. Because most players don't have them maxed out. Especially after the first, because who the hell's bothering with this? I don't necessarily think that needs to be. Because that's a very limited, like, outlet. There's only so many you'd be able to put in. And you don't want it to be too substantial, because you don't want players feeling like they have to get every single SDU token on all their characters. Because that would suck. The weakest was the Krieg one, but it was clear that that was, like, also, they were limited on their side to make that one. In terms of resources and stuff, because of COVID. Hooray! Yeah, a firmware library would be big. With trouble a gravity bubble. What's funny is that would actually be worse because gravity in this game makes it like really difficult to hit headshots. How's bubble feeling so far since the update? The update has not affected anything with bubble. Have a quick read over of the chat. Concurrence. Action skill duration increased to 5%. That has taken effect. Control group. Killing an enemy now restores 6% of Harlowe's cooldown. That doesn't matter. Freeze frame. Okay, that one actually does matter. We are running a build that can get the most out of this as well. This isn't a total buff, but it does make it easier to get the max bonus. So that one, okay, that one helps. But again, it's like 20-30% total bonus cryo damage that we've gained. That's very small in the grand scheme of things. And, you know, useless in boss fights. Endothermic reaction. We're not using... It's an aura. We don't use that. And heatsink irrelevant. Bank's an issue in every game? Yeah, and people tell you, oh, just stop hoarding. But it's Borderlands. It's the game with 1 billion guns. With nothing to do other than farm guns. Makes no sense to be limited. Obviously, they need to put a cap on it eventually, but... You know what I think would help? So, performance is an issue, especially in the bank, right? You open up your bank, it takes forever for things to load, there's just too much in it. So just add more banks. So it doesn't have to load them all at once. And then we can have a bank for our guns. We can have a bank for our class mods. We can have a bank for our firmwares. We can have a bank for our enhancements. And if I look in the enhancement bank, it doesn't have to load stuff in the gun bank. And if I go into the gun bank, it doesn't have to load stuff in the enhancement bank. So it shouldn't be an impact to performance. So I think the answer is just more banks. Because if the point of Borderlands is to farm, which this game it very much is, let us keep the stuff that we farm, because currently we kind of can't do that. You're banking on it? Well, that's a terrible idea. Gearbox would never do such a thing. Each town has its own bank. I do like that less. I'd rather just be able to access everything from every. That would make too much sense. Pissing it down. Value for a bank of each type of item. That's exactly what I just said. Because yeah, it would make things easier to sort, and it should also like make it easier for the game to load it. I do like how there is a little trail letting you know where the next enemy is that got picked up. What? Or I could teleport. What's wrong with Bubble, Harlowe? The bubble is shit. The bubble slows your ability to kill enemies, because hitting headshots when they're all flying around is a lot more difficult to do. The skill tree doesn't offer, like, good damage. Like, red tree's got neutron capture, green tree's got infinite amp up time. Blue tree has nothing. Just makes it harder to hit crits. And then the action skill does literally nothing in boss fights, whereas every other iteration of this action skill in the franchise has done. It's a defensive action skill, just stops enemies from shooting you, which is definitely needed. The skill tree has 7 skills on action skill uptime, all of which are invalidated by one green tree skill that's in easy reach. He doesn't like the color blue.
Semi-functioning can become functioning very This changes everything.
Why do they need to spin? Because it's cool.
Mind assisting with the implosion drive? Mind assisting with...
Too cowardly to make phase lock for the third time in a row, so they have to get freaky with it. No, that was polymorph.
Guarantee nothing. The drive is
Oh shit, we can't do phase lock again. Quick, make it a sheep.
nearby that should be able to reset its electrical core. Conway and I can transport it there and leave the order control to you.
Lifesteal on cryo. Does that apply to shields? No, it doesn't.
This is the most excited I've felt in maybe ever.
I don't blame you. Most people never get the chance to work on such amazing tech.
Perhaps I should detail
My plan
Lifesteal is not enough
for your
for
sake.
amp uptime.
I'll do so in layman's terms.
It needs to specifically target shield.
Guys' words instead of your own. Rush, I don't really know how to respond to that.
The shields go through shields, it just doesn't recover shields. Lifesteal is health. And then if you got full health, it gives you overshield, which is not shield, and does not recover amp.
Layman and your obvious reverence for his term.
That's how most lifesteal in this game works. The only ones that don't is Teen Witch, which entire premise is it gives shield. That's the whole point of the legendary class mod, is it gives shield.
Good call on Aretha.
And then distributed function, which isn't even shield lifesteal. It's an entirely different thing. It is shield lifesteal, but it doesn't use the lifesteal systems. What's a good Harlowe build I'd recommend doing? By level like 15, you can get confirmative reality, which will really help your action skill uptime. And then just working through Green Tree. And then getting like group study through excited state and distributed function. Working towards critical funding for your infinite ammo. Rounding out with decoherence for more damage. Because you get some damage from immediately, then you get some reload speed, and then you get action skill uptime. So you get 3 major stats right off the get-go with Green Tree. And then you've got, with Nuclear Winter, you get Infini crits by like level 20. You get always amped uptime by 25. And then Nuclear. My favorite Vex build, Kill Skill. I have a video on it on my channel. You're imagining Randy hovering over an intern, he's got a suspicious amount of sweat on his brow. Make them spin.
Lift with my legs and never my back.
Well, you know you're not in your 20s anymore.
Hope you're close, because we've got ourselves a little point of order.
Harlowe Green Tree is the strongest skill tree in the game.
Stable implosion drive capable of blueberrying.
For sure.
Oh, calling it a little point does not describe
You know that a Harlowe? Yeah. Vex Green's very good.
Hunter, find us while I explain to someone.
Remember when they buffed in Convergence? Oh yeah, if you want to shoot things, Harlowe is your character.
Discard the goods.
Did they take more damage in the bubble? No.
Or damage it on account of the blueberry factor.
Technically less if you if you count the fact that you can't hit crits as well. Accidental downtimes really annoy you. Yeah, Harlowe Ordnance fixes that. Hey, Bullet. You don't really need to say hello 4 times. Hello.
The generator on the lower level is our goal.
Green Tree is better because you have infinite uptime with all of this. You have crit with every projectile, infinite amp uptime, a stacking insanely high damage, enhancement gun, not normal gun damage, fire rate reload speed bonus, and the values are big alone. This is stackable. You also have infinite ammo. So, huge damage, infinite crits on everything you do, amp on everything you do, and infinite ammo with while you're doing everything. And then, when they fix it, everything you do will ricochet, giving you free Jacobs with everything. But this doesn't work, so ignore that one. There's a group study in Mole. It's enhancement gun, which means it's additive with gun damage on enhancements, but it'll be a multiplier to gun damage on class mods, gun damage around your skill tree, and gun damage on, like, this.
Zap the drive back into sync. Or, you know, implode us all.
Yeah, I mean, anything. Stray, linebacker, any Jacobs. Because remember, you've got infinite crit, so you throw in some crit effects in there, like Jacob's Ricochet.
Remember when you tried to steal a look at Rush's protein bar recipe and literally fell into the pot of...
Nope, I remember no such thing.
Up, and away! Gauge 2. Gauge is ricocheting from the ground into an enemy. This will be ricocheting from an enemy into an enemy, so double the damage. Staple Slants give more on shot? What do you mean by more? It gives on shot, yes, but less than what group study gives you.
Trying not to die. Or ruin our best chance at getting off Kairos.
More initially, but group study stacks, so.
As if the pressure weren't enough already. I need to sit down.
0 Point doesn't even end quickly.
Guess we'll have to drain the reservoir to proceed. The generator should be okay. If not,
Yeah, I know. We've covered this. Thanks. The reminders are getting morbid now.
you know, I thought we'd have to launch a ship with the fear that it'd never get far enough away to contact anyone. But with an implosion. Now we really have a chance.
Let's save the celebration until it's all charged up and back at HQ safe.
Oh, it's too late for that one. Potent is infectious. People can hardly focus around here. But you're right. Can't get ahead of ourselves. Not when the dream of getting off Kairos is so close.
How's Blue feeling? Terrible!
If only the Order protected the people it subjugates as well as it... protects its facilities. Can practically set off an alarm by sneezing in here.
Mind turning those things off? Hard to focus over here.
Quit snooping on the call if it's bothering you.
No can do. Sitting in silence is a one-way road to Sad Town.
The alarms triggered a generator shutdown. Obnoxious, but at least...
Jacob's good on every gun? Not if you're bossing with it. Because it can steal a part that could have been used for damage or fire rate or whatever. Typically Jacobs will be a DPS down. It's just that it's often worth the damage loss. Hog is usually DPS upright. Less so. Hog is more like a side grade.
A classic correlation versus causation mix-up. But sure.
What manufacturer do I miss most in BL from BL3? Which ones aren't here? Jarl, COV. I suppose, you know, Hyperion, Atlas.
You're aware the launch will only be Conway and a few crew members. It's too much of a risk to send more now. As much as I wish I could join, I can't just leave everyone here to fend for themselves, you know? I know Conway understands, but
I mean, I guess COV.
seems off. It's like their laughter no longer includes their eyes. Does that make sense? I don't know. Have they said anything to you?
Not exactly, but it may be worthwhile to have another chat with them when you can.
I think I understand. Thank you.
Got the parts.
Wonderful. Just need to be slotted into the generator and we're back on track.
The fuck did I do there? Why did I go really fast? To find a good elemental pistol. Elements in this game feel like they're working against, like, everything. It really feels like they tried their hardest to make elements feel rubbish to use. Like, even in the enemies. Most enemies in this game have got multiple health bar types. It just makes using elements just a pain. Especially versus Order. And they still have the elemental penalty for being elemental. So it's just like... And then Elemental Ether exists. Oh! His rat explosions. I don't even care about the loss of damage. The loss of sound and visual with rat explosions in this game. It's so sourceless.
You know, I'd convinced myself I'd never leave Kairos or see my family again. It was easier. Hope can be emotionally debilitating. But suddenly, it feels good to hope again.
You're feeling human emotion? I'm telling Rush.
Conway!
It's so easy messing with you. But seriously, we've all been sitting with the dread that we'd never leave. Even Rush. For all his upbeat energy. We're gonna do this. I know it.
Hey, Mike, see I like suffering still? Hell yeah!
I don't know, an accountant to settle things with now would be the time. Because here comes the potentially catastrophic part.
Actually, I don't use either of them, so I'm good.
It's like they heard me be optimistic for once.
You know, clearing the area of danger before bringing in the super unstable implosion drive would have been the move.
Yes. Perhaps I should have included Conway on this at the start after all.
I heard that and recorded it for posterity. Thanks, bud.
Why is everyone a badass? How many times I said so, pull Conway away? I'm just catching up. I do the quest chain because I like Conway, so I'm doing a mission with her in, but then, yeah, it means sending her away. But it means she can be free.
One way to confirm a kill.
I hate this modifier so much, the one that launches projectiles at you. You don't just insta-kill them, it's so annoying.
Everything looks operational. We have a functioning implosion drive. We're in the clear.
I love that there's an enemy right there, and falling bodies is still unable to pick it up.
Anomaly detected. You are trash. Trash protocol activated. No, no, no. Oh no. I think it's okay. Phew, my heart sure isn't, but at least it's still beating. Can you do the honors of retrieving the drive? I dived down there myself, but I have a thing against, well, emptying the contents of my stomach, surrounded
Really?
by stuff that likely already resembles the contents of my stomach.
Guess whoever was in charge of cleaning up down here hasn't been around for a while. Oh, so gross. Burn my clothes after this, aren't I? Oh, come on!
Oh, it's like this place is trying to get us all blueberried.
That's that. Implosion drive didn't go off. I'm still here. Fresh air, here I come. Oh, much better.
41k life launcher on a green.
Back to HQ. It'll take.
Wouldn't be surprised if that's a max damage roll for the rarity.
Rush will get in touch. Oh, the drive is okay, right?
As am I, thanks. Seem to be in good shape to me.
Generic gun, Georgie.
I can verify that myself.
Thanks for the help.
I don't have a gun Amon build, but it's also the strongest Amon, so.
Hey, before I forget, I just wanted to say thanks. This is a huge step toward our goal, and it only happened because of your help. Honestly, pinching myself that we actually got this far. Like Rhodes said, it'll take a while to install the drive. We gotta be extra careful with it, but I'll definitely be in touch. Stay safe out there.
That unlocks a boss that I didn't have. I didn't get out of here. I'm in Foundry Freak, so I'm the Shiny Lungerjack. Just standing in the middle, aiming at the sky with a stray. As Gearbox intended. Why fireworks when amp? Oh yeah, I gotta wait for the enemy head to become available in the spin. I can attack him yet. When the grunts have got an actual health bar, you know the situation is dire. Best playstyle? Yeah, I love being punished for hitting headshots. What a character. Finish shoveling and it's about to start snowing again. Is 2 PM a good time to start drinking? I think so. Oh dear. Just had it removed. I mean, in its current state, it's not contributing anything. What I'd have liked to see is, so they have the healing crystal in New Tales, right? Is that converted into an element? And it just functioned exactly like Dark Magic did in Wonderlands? And just have that be lifesteal instead of bringing lifesteal back. Because Dark Magic was cool. It worked out. Vex could have tapped into it for her lifesteal-y stuff. Harlowe being very elemental, so you can explain it away with lifesteal on the trees very easily. And it would have actually been like a way to incorporate that. Thanks. I'm gonna do some boss tests. Back Hive.